Now in this session, I will take you people into a new concept called pipelining. But before we enter into the actual topic, we need to understand a few factors that actually leads to the actual concept pipelining. Okay, now let us understand that. As you can see, what we've been doing right from the very basic, very beginning session of this computer architecture, that that is just we are designing the system, right? Now we are the designers of the system. We are designers. A designer will design the system, of course. Either you could be a software designer or a hardware designer. Software designer also are various types. He could be a kernel designer, operating system designer, and application programming designer. And when it comes to the hardware designers, you could be ALU designer, main memory designer, any designer, whoever you really are. If you are a designer related to the computer system, the fundamental goal of you guys is to increase the throughput. All the designers' basic goal and the fundamental goal is increase the throughput. Yeah. Most of the people, they are familiar with the term throughput. Simply, throughput is the amount of work done in unit time, right? Now, let us understand the concept throughput just a bit deeper, a little more precisely we'll understand. When it comes to the throughput, when it comes to the computer system, what is the actual job of the computer system? The computer system job is to execute the programs, right? The computer system is going to execute the programs. If we can execute more programs within the stipulated time, then the throughput will get increased. So designers will have to think in what way the number of programs that are going to be executed at any point of period can be increased. Now let us understand the term throughput somewhat more precisely. Okay. Now, what is the heart of the computer system? You know that the heart of the computer system is CPU, right? The heart of the computer system is CPU. When it comes to the CPU, the only job that the CPU is going to do all the time is execute the instructions. CPU knows only about the instructions. If you tell CPU about a program, it doesn't understand. If you tell the CPU about a software, it doesn't understand. It doesn't understand anything other than an instruction. So CPU all the time, it will be in an instruction cycle. It is going to fetch the instruction, decode the instruction, and execute the instruction. As one instruction is finished, it is going to get the other instruction. Every time the CPU is going to execute one instruction. As a whole, the computer system will talk about a program, but when it comes to the CPU always talks about the instruction. So for a CPU, the heart of the computer system, the throughput is simply number of instructions per second. Number of instructions per second. Okay. The thing is, eventually, being a designer, what we need to do, the simplest fact is we should be able to increase the number of instructions that are going to get executed per 1 second. Okay. Now, being a designer, I will get various ideas. I may ask various set of people to give me the ideas to increase the number of instructions. How I can improve the number of instructions. Most of the people can tell me that if you can execute more instructions in parallel, then throughput will get increased. So they will talk about parallel execution. If you want to get more throughput, better go for parallel execution. Better go for parallel execution. But the thing is, there is a small factor to be considered. when we do have a single CPU cannot execute the instructions simultaneously. Parallel processing cannot be done by using a single CPU. If you do have only one CPU, this one CPU can execute only one instruction at a time. Okay, you might be loading n number of programs in the main memory. Let us take an example that you switched on your CPU and you may be executing many of the programs. Although you feel that the many of the programs are getting executed simultaneously, for an example, you are playing a game, at the same time you're working with what do you call a word processor file, and you opened a file, and there might be many programs you might have been working with concurrently, but eventually within the CPU only one program, and that too only one instruction, will get executed. Okay, so that is, in a single CPU you talk about concurrency, you can't talk about parallelism. What is concurrency? Multiple programs gets executed, but only one at a time. There is P1, P2, and P3. There are 3 programs currently running in the system. Okay. Now this P1 and P2 and P3 will give you an illusion that these 3 are getting executed in parallel, but these 3 are executed concurrently, but not parallelly. Sir, what is the difference between concurrency and parallelism? Concurrency meaning CPU will switch in between these programs rapidly. Okay, it will first start with the P1 or P2 or P3, any program it can take to start with. Let us say P1. P1 has been taken, and before the completion of the P1, it will send out P1 and it is going to get P2. Before the completion of P2, it will send P2 out, it will get P3, so that before executing one program finally, rather than executing one program finally, CPU will execute every program only for a stipulated time, after which immediately it is going to switch to another program before it gets completed. After a stipulated time, it switches to another program. So these switches occur so rapidly that the user will feel that the programs are getting executed in parallel, but these are only getting executed concurrently, but not parallelly. If you want to go for parallel execution, simultaneous execution, you talk about multiprocessor system. Only multiprocessor system will be able to execute the task in parallel. Got me? Only multiprocessor system will execute programs in parallel, that is simultaneously. Okay, but in a single processor system, parallel processing not possible at all. Okay, now most of the computer systems are single processor systems. In single processor systems, how to increase the throughput? Okay, so that is what our topic is. This pipelining is all about increasing the throughput, that in a single processor system without using several processors.